I'm Stephen Leake. Let me read you something about my upcoming vinyl album, double album. For quite some time now, I've been pouring my energy, my thoughts, and a whole lot of soul into a new musical project, and I'm thrilled to finally be able to talk about it properly. It's an upcoming release, specifically a double album, and it's going to be coming out on vinyl. The title is Truth is Power, Love Kills. The idea behind making it a double album, and particularly on vinyl, wasn't just for the aesthetic, though I do love the aesthetic of vinyl. It's because the music and the themes within it naturally fell into two distinct yet connected halves. This project feels like a culmination of a lot of reflecting, writing, and exploring different musical textures that have influenced me, including, of course, the deep well of the blues. Side A, Truth is Power, the acoustic heart. The first half of the album, which I'm calling Truth is Power, is deeply acoustic. This is where I wanted to strip things back to capture a raw, intimate, and direct form of storytelling. Think of the early acoustic blues players sitting on a porch or a juke joint, just a voice and a guitar, laying bare the truth of their experience. That's the feeling I was aiming for here. The instrumentation is minimal, primarily acoustic guitar. The focus is entirely on the lyrics and the delivery. These songs were often written late at night, sometimes just a moleskin notebook and a guitar in a quiet room. Sovereign Sound Studios. The creative process for this side was very introspective, pulling from different personal experiences, observations about the world, and the relentless pursuit of honesty that the blues demands. Lyrically, Truth is Power delves into themes of confronting reality, personal integrity, resilience, and the quiet strength found in simply acknowledging things as they are. It's about finding clarity in the noise, speaking plainly, and trusting in the fundamental power of truth, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. There's a direct lineage here, for me, to the narrative power of folk music, and yes, the fundamental honesty found in the blues. These aren't polished pop arrangements. They're songs delivered with the immediacy of whispered confession or a firm declaration that was done on a shoestring budget. Recording the side was a conscious effort to maintain that raw quality. We used minimal takes, often just letting the performance breathe, capturing the nuances and imperfections that make acoustic music feel alive and human. It was about capturing a feeling, a moment in time, rather than crafting something overly produced. I wanted it to sound like I was playing right there in the room with you. Side B, Love Kills, the alternative electric edge. The second half of the album is titled Love Kills, and this is where the energy shifts dramatically. This side ventures into more experimental, alternative electric territory. If Truth is Power is quiet contemplation, Love Kills is the visceral reaction, the struggle, the intensity that often accompanies deep emotion and conflict. This half is full band, amplified sound. We're talking electric guitars, driving drums, sometimes distorted textures, and a bigger, more expansive soundscape. The influences here are broader, drawing from alternative rock, heavier blues sounds, and even some post-punk or experimental elements. It's louder, more angular, and more sonically diverse than the acoustic side. Thematic elements on Love Kills explore the destructive aspects of love, not just romantic love, but the love of ideas, the love of power, the things we hold dear that can sometimes lead us astray or cause pain. It's about internal conflict, external pressures, passion that consumes, and the struggle against forces that seek to diminish or destroy truth and genuine connection. There's anger, melancholy, defiance, and a sense of wrestling with darker impulses and societal pressures. The creative process for Love Kills involved more collaboration with other people. building arrangements in the studio, and really exploring the sonic possibilities of amplified electric instruments. We experimented with different guitar tones, drum sounds, and textures to create a sense of tension, release, and sometimes sonic chaos that reflects the lyrical themes. It was about channeling energy and emotion into something powerful and, at times, unsettling. Two sides of the same coin. While the two halves are sonically very different, one sparse and intimate, the other layered and intense, they are, in my mind, two sides of the same coin. Truth is Power explores the foundation, the quiet strength of holding onto truth, while Love Kills explores the challenges, the battles, and the potential for destruction when truth is compromised or when destructive forms of love or obsession take hold. Together, they represent a journey through introspection and external conflict, through light and shadow. Making this a double album allowed me the space to fully explore both of these musical and thematic directions without compromise. Putting them together on one release creates a dynamic contrast that hopefully enhances the listening experience, allowing each side to highlight the other's strengths and distinct character. The vinyl experience. Choosing to release this on vinyl was a very deliberate decision. There's something incredibly special about the ritual of putting on a record. It demands your attention in a way that digital streaming often doesn't. You interact with the physical object, the cover art, the liner notes, the act of flipping the sides, and sonically there's a warmth, a depth, and a presence to vinyl that I feel is uniquely suited to the music on this album, especially the raw analog feel of the acoustic side and the dynamic range of the electric side. For listeners who appreciate the tactile experience of music and the warmth of analog sound, I believe this album on vinyl will offer the most immersive way to experience these songs. It's about slowing down, listening deeply, and engaging with the music as a complete work. What to expect and getting involved. So, what can listeners expect? Expect honesty. Expect musical contrast. Expect songs that aim to resonate emotionally and perhaps provoke thought. From the stripped down intimacy of Truth is Power to the amplified intensity of Love Kills, this album covers a wide emotional and sonic spectrum, all grounded in themes of truth, struggle, and the human condition. This album is nearing completion, and I'm incredibly excited to share it with you all. Keep an ear out for more details on the release date and how you can get your hands on the vinyl. Check out StephenLeake.com and StephenLeakeMusic.com. I'll be sharing updates on the podcast, Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man, available on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts, and through my website and social media channels. For those of you who are vinyl collectors, I truly hope this double album finds a place in your collection. It's a demo double album. It is not a polished studio recording. It's been a labor of love, truth, and grappling with the things that can kill the spirit, but ultimately finding strength through expression. I'm particularly keen to hear what you, the listeners of Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man, think of this project when it's out. Your appreciation for soulful music and thoughtful storytelling is what makes this podcast community so special. I hope this album speaks to you. Stay tuned for release details. Truth is Power, Love Kills, coming soon on vinyl. I can't wait for you to hear it. It's been the culmination of 20 years of honing my craft as a writer and storyteller and poet. And then I've just recently since the beginning of the year 2025, begun to work on my musical craft, which I intend to work hard at from now on to develop my skills as a musician. And this is the very first and early fruits of that labor. So if you live in the Rock Hill, Charlotte area, you can always come see me if you buy a record, and I'll sign it for you anytime. Just hit me up on my social media, and you can always email me at steve@monarchliterary.com. Thanks for hanging out with me for this little bit and listening to the news. I'm Stephen Leake. We're going to win.